Welcome to YOUCANIC. In this video we're going to show you how to fix a power steering leak. Sometimes the power steering leak could be because of one of the hoses is cracked, but in other cases it could be because this O-ring on the back over here where the reservoir connects to the power steering pump, it leaks. So what that is a O-ring like this, and we'll show you in a minute, that just gets worn out over time and just gets too brittle, and then it doesn't stop the oil leak anymore. So what you'll need to do is, the first thing is you're going to drain as much power steering fluid as possible. You might still have a little bit left at the bottom, so it's important to remove the splash shield on the bottom and then put an oil pan directly underneath the power steering pump. And then once you drain the power steering fluid, then next you'll need a T30 tool to remove these 1, 2, 3 bolts. You got one right here, and as you can see we have this loose. There's one that goes right through the center of the power steering reservoir, and there's one right over here on this side. Okay, so we have loosened all these. They don't actually come completely out, you just get them loose and they'll come out like that. So once you take out all these bolts, there's one other thing that you need to take out, and that is this clip right here. So this clip goes all the way on the back here, and it's a little bit hard, but you can see it with a flashlight. What you need is a tool like this, a big tool, so you pull on that and pull it out. It might be worth ordering a second one of these when you order that O-ring. It's only a few dollars, because most likely this could fall down and you might not be able to find it, so keep that in mind. But once you remove this clip, then the next thing is to take the power steering reservoir and then pull this forward and then tilt it down. Alright, pull forward and then tilt down so no power steering fluid falls, or you can minimize that. And now you can see here the O-ring. This O-ring is what leaks. So we're going to remove this. Here we have the new O-ring. Just turn this around a few times, because at first it just didn't sit right, but now you can see it's sitting perfectly correct. And the design on this O-ring is slightly different than the one we removed, but that's what was provided by the dealership based on the VIN number of the vehicle. So it looks like it might be a slightly improved O-ring. So you'll take the power steering reservoir and then you push this. What I'm going to do is tighten these bolts so that we know the power steering reservoir is pushed all the way in and is sitting properly. And then next we're going to install that C-clip. So the next step is to install this C-clip on the back, and we only have a small gap right on the back here, so a flashlight really helps, and then using some needle nose pliers as well helps. Alright, so that clip is in. The thing is that you need to be careful with this hose right here. If you don't have this disconnected, you don't want to put much pressure pushing down on that, because you will crack this right here and you're going to have another leak. So be careful putting any pressure on this hose. So you're pushing that clip, and of course here's our spare one. You're pushing that straight in, okay? And so once that in, the next thing is to fill it up with power steering fluid, and then make sure that you don't have any leaks. And when you fill it up, you will first fill it up and make sure on this lower range you have 1 and 2. There's 2 lines. This is when it's cold, so you would fill it up between these 2 lines, and then you would drive about 10-15 minutes, and then you will check the power steering level. And since it should be warmed up enough, you should be in this range right here. Okay, so it has the temperatures there where you need to be, and this is at 20 degrees Celsius when it's cold. Okay, so do that, make sure you got no leaks, and that's it. That's how to replace that O-ring on Mercedes-Benz power steering reservoir. Thank you for watching.